am drinking tea with my brand new cup, Christmas edition. Christmas is coming and I love it. Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. I am. And this is just me checking in, saying that I'm fine. And today I just wanted to talk to you about something important that happened in my life yesterday. Yesterday I took the IELTS Academic test, and that was a really huge thing for me. So I am here sharing with you my experience and my thoughts on that exam. For the ones who don't know, the IELTS test is an international English test for people who are not from an English speaking country. That's something I've been wanting to take for a long time, really. I don't know where to start, to be honest. I'm going to start rambling around probably, so please bear with me. So let's just start off by sharing something that has been bothering me for a while. Needed a sip. Thing number one, for some reason people think that because I majored in translation, my English level is supposed to be almost native, which is absolutely not accurate at all. I mean, if I were living in an English speaking country for a long time, my English level would probably be very, very, very good, which is not the case. Literally everything I know I learned here in Peru, a Latin American country. So yes, it was a very huge challenge for me to learn English in the first place. So that's thing number one. Thing number two is the fact that there are actually some people that believe that my English is good, and as soon as they hear that I majored in translation, they're just like, ah, that's why. And I'm like, oh my god, no, it's not like that. It's not like I feel like they're giving credit to my university and to translation school, not my own effort. And if you're watching this video, please just don't, because it makes me really sad. Because no, I didn't learn English in translation school at all. Actually, English was a requirement for you to get into translation school, all right? So you were supposed to already know how to speak English for you to be able to study translation. So please don't think that they taught me everything I know. Now that I remember, I didn't even have a notebook, like an actual English notebook, when I was at university. So they didn't teach me that present simple, past participle, like, no. Please give credit to my effort, because I didn't learn English at university. I learned it in a completely separate institution, and that's everything I'm gonna say. So with that being said, yes, me taking the IELTS test was a really huge thing for me, super challenging, because the last time I opened an English book, like literally the last time I was in an actual English classroom, was back in 2007. A long time ago. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about what I did in order to get ready for this test. I started getting prepared last month. It was really hard because I work full-time. I work 9 hours a day from Monday through Friday, and sometimes Saturdays, sometimes Sundays. And I wish I could have paid an IELTS class, because there are classes specifically focused on that test, but I couldn't afford it. So I just literally watched YouTube videos. I also purchased a book on Amazon, like this book with 5 mock exams. And if you've watched my previous video, you will totally recognize this notebook, which I bought to practice for the IELTS test. And guess what? Your girl did practice a lot. Like, the test consists of 4 parts. You have listening, you have reading, writing, and speaking. For listening, I didn't practice because I work as an interpreter, and so I listen people talking every day because that's my job. So I didn't do anything. As for reading has never been my forte, to be honest. Not even Spanish. Like when I was in school, reading comprehension, I always sucked. But because I majored in translation, I've had to read all the time. I obviously practiced reading, like I took a couple of mock tests and that was all. What I did practice during this past month was writing, because writing, oh my god, like that's my biggest problem, to be honest, writing. I was a good writer when I was in school, and so it makes me sad the fact that I can't write. I mean, I obviously can, but I'm really rusty. And me majoring in translation has made me a very, very, very lazy writer. And I'm saying this because all I've done is transfer from one language to another one and vice versa. Like a piece of work that has already been created into another language. The same with speaking. A statement that has already been said into another language, and that's it. And so for that reason, like, I kind of lost my writing skills. I just need to get that skill back, because writing skill is a very important skill to have, and I know I was good, so eventually I'll get that back. But to do that in just 1 month, unfortunately wasn't enough, but I did my best, okay? And as for speaking, well, I'm just not going to say anything about speaking. I'm just gonna say that I did my best and that I'm proud of myself, because I didn't care that I was nervous. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm just gonna wait patiently for my results, and that's that. So now I'm gonna talk about the actual test day, which was yesterday. So I woke up at 6 a.m. I left my house at 7 a.m. I arrived at the venue, well, the test center, at 8 a.m. The computers had headsets, so it was really nice. At first I was like, yes, headsets, because I thought that I could keep them on for the whole duration of the test, but unfortunately, as soon as the listening section ended, the invigilator told us to, you know, just take your headsets off, it's time for the reading section. And I was like, oh man, no, because I was really afraid of getting distracted by my, you know, my neighbors or whatever. The listening section has 4 parts. You have to answer 40 questions in 30 minutes. Then for the reading, you have to read 3 different passages, which are quite lengthy, and you have 1 hour to answer 40 questions. I actually think I did pretty well. Like, I'm not gonna say I was excellent, but come on, I practiced for a month, so I did well, okay? But guess what your girl struggled with the most? Yes, the writing section. During the writing section, you have 2 parts. In the first part, you have to summarize a graph. And then in the second part, you have to write an essay, a 250-word essay, and you're supposed to do the whole thing, like the 2 parts, in just 1 hour. I practiced, but the only thing I didn't practice was the combination of 2 graphs. And yes, lucky me, I got not only 1 graph, but 2. I got a combination of a line graph, and then I had a pie chart. And I had to summarize the information of those 2 in 20 minutes. I've just remembered. As soon as the writing section started, people started typing, and I could hear their typing sounds, and those were driving me crazy. They were like, and it was like, oh my god, I am panicking because I didn't know what to write about. I knew the question, I understood the question, but I was like, oh my god, like what am I gonna say? Like I was like organizing my ideas, and people were already like and the worst part is that I wasted even more time because I was so nervous. Like my hands were really shaky, and because I was shaking when I tried to type, because I took the computer-based exam, by the way, so when I was trying to type, I messed up my words a lot, and I had to delete and like try to type it the right way, and oh my god, it was really frustrating. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. I mean, I could finish the first part, the graph, but it took me more than expected, so I needed more time for the essay. And as soon as I knew that I only had 5 minutes left, I just went ahead and typed the conclusion, although my 2 body paragraphs weren't complete at all. But I did my best, you know. And yeah, that's my story on the test. Sorry guys, I had to move you because it's getting dark. It's almost 6 p.m. and I really want to finish this video. So as I was saying, the test was from 9 a.m. till 11:45 a.m. At that time, I just left the test center. I went to have lunch because I needed to be back for my speaking test at 2:40. I'm not really going to talk much about the speaking test because, to be honest, I don't really remember anything. It happened so fast that the only thing I remember is that the interviewer was an English lady, and that literally she was jumping from one question to another and to another and to another, and I wanted to elaborate more, but I could tell by her body language that she was going to interrupt me and like keep asking questions. And I don't really know if they do it on purpose so you get nervous, but it did work. And I messed up like quite a few times. The only thing I know is that I can't be harsh on myself at all, because I just went there, I prepared myself for just a month, I went there and I kicked ass. Like, I did my best. I'm proud of myself, all right? I'm proud of myself. I'm really glad that this is all over. I feel relieved. I feel like all this time I've had a very heavy backpack and finally it's gone. I feel like I've accomplished something. Literally, I've been wanting to have an English certificate for a long time, and I finally do. I finally have a way to prove my level of proficiency, and that's a really nice thing. And yeah, literally before my exam, I was really anxious. I was really nervous and really frustrated with myself, because I was thinking, like, what if I don't do well in my tests? Then that would mean that all I did in my life was for nothing. And please, oh my god, don't do that. My mind was literally going to dark places, to places I don't want to go to ever again. And please don't let just a piece of paper, which is a test, don't let a piece of paper determine who you are, and don't let a piece of paper determine what you accomplish, because you're better than that. You are way better than that. I really hope you guys have a nice day and a nice weekend, and let's see you in my next video. Bye bye.